Hi, how's it going? Today we're gonna go over how to draw Mr. Burns from the Simpsons in the Halloween episode in the Treehouse of Horror. I believe it's Treehouse of Horror number 4. I can't remember which one. I think it's 4. That he was a vampire. So let's get going with Mr. Burns here, and we're gonna start that right now. So I'm gonna start. Oh, before I do, remember, I'm gonna be posting on this channel on Halloween drawings here, maybe about 3 times a day until Halloween. I'm gonna be posting like crazy. So subscribe and press that notification button so that you don't miss any video. Also, press a like if you do like the video. Thank you guys. So I'm gonna throw right here a curve for the top of his forehead first. Doesn't have to curve all the way around, but curve enough. Let's extend this down a little bit. And then I'm going to throw right here, it's going to be the top of his brow. Curve, again, another curve, but not such an extreme curve. And that's going to be, again, top of his brow. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with his nose. His nose is really long and pointed downward. That's a big kind of character on Mr. Burns. Down right here, really long. Pulling up. And then a little curl at the end for the kind of the wing of the nostril. That's what we have so far. Now we're going to go into his far side eye, and it's just essentially a curve as well. Remember that these are really just kind of curves put in a a collection of curves, really. A lot of these, especially Simpson characters. Start right here, and I'm gonna make my way over here, and I'm gonna try to draw an even size of the eye. That's why I'm starting from left to right, because I'm actually right-handed, so I can like see when I put. So I have to do this first, and then like my hand blocks my own vision of that. Eye, the pupil right here, is literally just a dot. A dot over here as well. Small line right here for the bag of the eye. Bag of the eye here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw another curve. Remember, just a collection of curves. Up to about, I'm going to say this point, and it's going to be a curve from this. It's going to be the far side of his face. So I'm going to start from the lower portion of his eye, and I'm going to curve down. Kind of going through his face. His nose is kind of hanging down over, like, his mouth. Pulling up. And that is going to go into his mouth. I am going to draw. He really had like only like one fang along the edge, and then the rest were regular teeth. Especially when he was talking. But I'm going to separate that fang out. So I'm going to just put that little white fang right here. I'm going to separate that out. Could be a little bit bigger, but it's good enough as it is. And I'm going to fill in the rest, which is kind of the deep part of his mouth. So next I'm going to do is I'm going to do the bottom lip. And then I'm going to draw straight line down for his neck. Let's go right here and draw the back side of his neck. That's the kind of the deepest point right here where it goes closest to his mouth. I'm going to mark that. Pull down. And then I'm going to pull up over here. It's going to go along maybe almost to the top, kind of align it with the top part of his eye, but not totally. And I'm going to kind of cut this off right here. I'm going to make this where the collar ends up. Pulling out. down. His collar's going down into his shirt. He's wearing some sort of like tunic thing. I know what they're copying. They're copying Bram Stoker's Dracula, which I never saw. I'm actually gonna watch that this year. But they're copying that look from Bram Stoker's Dracula. Also, if you guys have any suggestions for Halloween movies, let me know in the comments. I'm always looking for more, like the non-obvious ones. Pull down here, this little collar of the shirt, and then that's gonna wrap around his backside there. And then that's gonna come in. We're gonna duplicate that collar right here. It's gonna be the far side of that, and that's gonna be down. It's like kind of reminds me of like a robe or something like that. Collar around here. I need the back collar here. Pulling out his shoulder here. Down. And his shoulders are more or less pretty easy. So let's go to the most defining thing about him. His hair. That's going to be the most defining thing. So let's pull down. He's going to have that sideburn here. So we're going to pull down that sideburn. And then pull out. That's going to pull up. His ear's almost going to be floating. His hair there. So let's pull this up and let's draw his ear. His ear is literally just the letter, like a backwards letter C. Like part of an O sticking out. Pull a line here. Okay, so now let's really get into the biggest, most visual thing about this version of Mr. Burns. It's gonna be that hair, that Bram Stoker's Dracula hair. So it's gonna be a big, like I don't know, butt on his head or something like that. I don't know how to describe it, but like two fans. So I'm gonna start right here, and I'm gonna pull out right here, almost like I wouldn't say Mickey Mouse ear, but like a squished Mickey Mouse ear. So let's. I was like afraid to do that for a second there. So the thing is, because you only have one shot at it, because I'm using marker, and marker's good anyway. You should use that, but be careful with that curve. But even if you get it close enough, it's fine. It'll work. It gets it across. And so now I got to pull that other one, and I'm gonna try to think about where I'm gonna start. That's a big thing. Think about where you're gonna start, and then where you're trying to get to. So I think it should be lower over here. And I kind of mark it, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to. And I practice that stroke. Remember, it's in the shoulder and elbow. Don't do it with your wrist. You could do it, but dang, that's gonna be a really small curve. You wanna like feel it in your shoulder and your elbow, you know, so that you can have this range of motion. See, I could just move across like that. If I had it anchored just on my wrist, my range of motion would be much shorter. So you don't want to do that. You want to move your shoulder. Okay, so I'm gonna pull it a couple of times right here. Stay loose. And then I'm gonna try to make it the same. I should have done what I did on the other one. Started on that one, then do this, but oh well. Alright, good enough. It's pretty close. And then I'm gonna draw the striations in this shape. And that, you know, kind of indicates hair. That indicates the striations in here. Like he tied it into this bizarre bun thing going on. And that is pretty much. Oh no, that's not it yet. His spots, his liver spots, are on his forehead. He usually has 3. And I believe now that is it. If you can, I like to go in and repair some of the line. I don't do usually a big thick line around you know, other like Simpson characters, because it's they're already kind of iconic. They already have their own style and look to them. But that's pretty much it. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you watching. If you did like that, press that like button and share the video for the Halloween season. I'm going to be posting constantly on this channel. And don't forget, I have character sheets that I am selling. Basically what I do is for 100 of the drawings on this channel, I created helpful guide sheets. So it's 6 steps on these sheets, and I did over 100, and so it's $5 for all of them. That means each one is 5 cents, and I'm putting them on here only until Halloween. So get them, please. I'm really appreciative. Thank you so much for people who've already bought it. I appreciate it so much, and thank you for the nice words. But that's it. Thank you guys. The link is in the description, and I will see you guys in the next video, and I will talk to you soon.